So we're here in Washington, D.C. right now, and you can talk to senators and Congress members, and we think, okay, let's just write a few laws to deal with the social media problems. Let's do some privacy laws. Let's do some content liability laws, Section 230 reform. But what's so dangerous about this is that the rate and speed of technology creating greater and greater issues in society faster than the government is either appraising of them or then able to do information processing, sense making, and choice making about what actually would be a good decision to make about that. Those lines are breaking. I mean, one example of this is deepfake technology. People worry about misinformation and disinformation, but we are shortly away from the ability to say to deepfake technology called GPT-3, write me a 100-page paper about why the vaccine is not safe with clear facts that are real facts, pointing out the vested interests of everybody who's saying the vaccine is safe, and pointing out the logical fallacies of everybody who's saying the vaccine is safe. And you could say, generate a 100-page paper that would take biostatisticians and scientists, a year to kind of debunk that. And I can generate hundreds of those. People are familiar with, in the 2016 election, people creating these fake local news websites like the Denver Post, and it looks kind of like a real local news website. Deepfake technology allows you to say, create a new local news website that's filled with basically information about pro-vaccine or anti-mask, filled with these kinds of articles that are just generating text all day long and flooding the internet with this kind of material. And the regulation apparatus that we have is not designed to prevent that. If we're still talking about how to deal with, yesterday's issues from 5 years ago about misinformation, disinformation, and fake news, we're completely missing the boat about the second and third order effects of technology continuing to create new consequences that our governance hasn't been able to match.
This is one of the things that becomes critical for the possibility of anything like democratic governance in the 21st century, is that the issues coming out of the private sector because of technology create radically larger effects radically faster.
Yeah, this is
it's not like railroads. It's not like oil. Being able to get to 2 or 3 billion users in less than a decade, being able to get more personalized data on everyone and more behavioral influence than any intelligence agency's ever had across all of these populations, there's no precedent for this kind of thing. So we have a process of regulation that is reactive. So a new technology emerges, a new type of company emerges, it creates some social harm, and only after that social harm is recognized post facto by groups that care to bring up the lobbying, that have to get enough social support to fight the vested interest lobbying of the company that's benefiting from doing it, does the regulation change and we get rid of DDT or whatever it is. But if we wait until that kind of process, we can already see it. As there's now social outrage about social media, the government is too incoherent to be able to deal with it, and it's already had permanent effects on society. And with AI, it'll be that much more radical. And with evolution in very, very cheap bioengineering, it'll be that much more radical. And so given the speed at which technology can affect the world, we actually have to have a new type of regulation that can anticipate the effects of this technology and make certain kinds of preemptive regulation, as well as an ongoing regulatory process that when new things emerge can deal with them faster. And if we don't, the speed and scale at which the externalities play out will definitely just break governance.
Break the world.
Yeah, break the world.